My name is Armin van Buuren. I'm a DJ from the Netherlands. I'm currently in Amsterdam for the Amsterdam Dance Event. Sort of one of the biggest gatherings for electronic music. Yeah, it's almost like a festival really. Because all the clubs in Amsterdam are open, like 50 clubs, all hosting special parties. And the whole world of electronic music is in Amsterdam right now. Yeah, I'm doing my own party in the Melkweg, which is just around the corner of this hotel. It's a great club. They actually redone it. It's pretty big now, and just have a lot of new tunes tonight. You know, I'm a DJ that looks at the crowd, and the crowd decides where I go with my set. Of course, I have some things planned that I would like to play. For example, I DJ some parts of my set now with visuals as well, and most of it is just from CDs. And yeah, just loads of new music. And we'll see what the atmosphere is like to see where I go. Only recently I started DJing with DVDs. I don't really feel that I should do my whole set with DVDs, but the way I see it right now, when you party at a bigger gig, not in a club, not for clubs, but party from like more than 2,000–3,000 people, it enhances the evening if you have some parts of your set with visuals. And I don't mean it in a karaoke way, but more in a sort of a cool way that I think visuals are very much underestimated by a lot of DJs. A lot of DJs depend on lasers and stroboscopic lights and that's it, and some fog. But if you let that interact, have parts of your set with visuals, have parts of your set with strobe lights, have parts of your set with fog, then you can really give the people a show, and then the mood changes in the parts of the night and take people on a journey. And I really found that enhancing the DJing with DVDs enhances my set. I started using them mainly for the first Armin Only that I did in Ahoy in Rotterdam. That's back in 2005. It was a big show, 12,500 people, and I put myself on a mission to do a 9.5-hour set for them. But how are you going to entertain a crowd of 12,500 people with 9.5-hour dance music? That's quite challenging. So we sat down with the whole team and we made a big production around it. First of all, the podium was really special. It was an old ship. And then we had, across the room, we had 11 huge video walls. And I wanted the video walls to interact with what actually was happening with the music. And the DVJ from Pioneer is perfect for that. It syncs the music with visuals, and that's a thing that I've always missed sort of in my DJ sets. Because VJs are usually great, but they can't really see anything coming in the record, and then when there comes a certain drop or something, the visuals should act like that. And usually you saw like really flickering visuals, and then there was a breakdown in the record, and you still saw the flickering visuals, and then the VJ quickly switched. It's not really cool that way. So that's when the first time I started using the Pioneer DVJs. And only last year, I have a couple of hit records. They all had 3-minute edits, and with the 3-minute edits, we did videos for like commercial TV stations to promote the single. And I thought, why not make an extended version of all the videos? Because we had so much footage from that day that we shot the video that we could, put a video on top of the 8-minute original 12-inch extended mix, and tell the whole story of the video. So I did that, and I also worked with some other VJs to make special visuals for that night, and it really worked. People really, people really saw that. And even I had a track. Even I put down the fader, so there was no more. I was fading out the music, and then the words came in, and people, just because they saw the words, they recognized the tune, which was sort of a gimmick because they'd never seen that before. So I put down the fader, so the people heard some people recognized that first part of the record, and then when the words came in, the fader was down, only the words came in on the screen, and then when I faded back the music, they could hear the vocals, and it was sort of an ultimate climax for the people. So that's when I realized, wow, DJing with a DVJ could really add to the performance. This world is watching me. This world is watching me. All that you can do, all that At the moment, I'm just using Pioneer stuff, and it's not because I'm sponsored by Pioneer or anything. It's just because the stuff that they have and had they've enhanced, and the CDJ1000 is like the Technics SL1200. It cannot be copied. It's perfect. You know, the Mark IIIs are just really rock solid, stable. The mixers they've enhanced. The 600 was sort of a toy compared to the 800, DJM 800. The 1000 is definitely my favorite mixer. The EFX 1000 is perfect. I use that a lot. If I can get my hands on it, I'm using it all the time. You know, for delay effects and all sorts of tricks. I try to minimize the amount of tricks in my set because within the style of music that I play, people don't really appreciate too much freaking around, as for example in techno. But no, Pioneer just sounds really good, and at the moment I'm using a lot of Pioneer stuff. I'm not saying I'm going to stick to Pioneer the rest of my life, but for the moment, you know, the DVJs are amazing, the CDJs are amazing, their mixers are great they sound great, first of all, and then their effects are great. The 800 is sort of a really good start. If there's an 800, I'm always very happy, and the interface is great. So, yeah. Watch this, guys. Armin's little box of tricks. No, what I don't understand is why DJs don't use the SD and MMC cards that are in the Pioneer. Especially for festivals, it's great if you like see a record doesn't really work, to jump within the record to a different point. I had a whole discussion with several colleagues of mine, and they all edit their tracks on CD. So they buy a track on Beatport, they burn it to CD, which is reality right now. That's what everybody does. And a lot of DJs now open that track in Ableton or Logic and they start editing the track. You don't need to. All you need to do is burn that track on CD and you know, use your hotkeys to edit your tracks live on the spot. And it's so great because on festivals, for example Global Gathering, I edited like half of my set on the spot. I see, okay, this track, because you know, sometimes the track has the same breakdown twice, and it's great if you have the time to play that. But if you have only 1 hour or 90 minutes, the Pioneer really helps you just to shorten your set, and that's what the Pioneer is great for. So you know, that's my word of advice. Have a look at how the machine really works. Also, there's little tricks like if you queue up a record and you press Q button. Not a lot of people know that the two little buttons above the Q switch actually make you adjust the Q point in frames. Somebody showed me that once. I was like, God, that makes your life so much more easy. So you can really put the Q exactly in front of the bass drum, exactly where you want it. So you know that you're in time. And that's what you program. You press memory, it stores it on the memory card, and I bring the memory cards with me. You can even copy the memory cards so you have 3 memory cards for your CDJ. And it makes my life so much easier. Like for example, I see another record is almost finished. I quickly jump like 64 beats into a track where the bass line is already in. Quickly mix it in, so the crowd doesn't have to wait for the next record to start, but you can immediately mix it in. So that's just a few tricks that if you really get to know your equipment,